Eric Swalwell was the leading Democrat in the California governor's race. He had the endorsements, he had the unions, he had the polling, and in less than 24 hours, his own party ripped every single piece of it away from him. Not the Republicans, not MAGA, not Fox News. No, the Democrats did this to Eric Swalwell. And the way they did it should terrify every single person in that party, because if they can do this to their own front runner, imagine what they are willing to do to you. So let me walk you through what just happened. Eric Swalwell is a congressman from the San Francisco Bay Area. He has been in Congress since 2012. He ran for president once. He is a regular on cable news, and he jumped into the California governor's race to replace Gavin Newsom. And Swalwell was winning. The March Emerson poll had Swalwell at 17%, leading the entire field. He had endorsements from Adam Schiff, from Ruben Gallego, from the California Teachers Association, from major labor unions across the state. His campaign chairman was a sitting congressman, Jimmy Gomez. Swalwell had the machine behind him, but there was a problem. California has a top two primary system. The top two vote getters in June moved to the general election, regardless of party, and there are only two Republicans running, Steve Hilton and Chad Bianco. But there are 8 Democrats splitting the liberal vote, which means if Democrats do not consolidate behind one candidate, both Republicans could finish first and second, and Democrats would be locked out of the general election entirely in California. That would be an earthquake. Now, rumors about Swalwell and female staffers had been floating around social media for weeks. An activist named Cheyenne Hunt, who happens to have connections to UC Irvine Law School, where Swalwell's rival Katie Porter is a professor, started posting that multiple women were about to come forward with allegations. And Porter's campaign says they have no relationship. Sure. Then on Friday, the San Francisco Chronicle drops a bombshell. A former staffer says Swalwell sexually assaulted her twice. Once while she worked for him, and once years later. CNN follows up the same day with 4 women making allegations against Swalwell. 4. And what happened next is the part that matters. Within hours, Adam Schiff pulled his endorsement. Ruben Gallego pulled his endorsement. The California Teachers Association suspended their support. Jimmy Gomez, the man cheering Swalwell's campaign, resigned and told Swalwell to drop out immediately. Nancy Pelosi called for him to withdraw. Hakeem Jeffries, the top House Democrat, called for him to end his campaign. Every single major Democrat running against Swalwell called for him to quit. Within hours.
These allegations of sexual assault are flat false. They are absolutely false. They did not happen. They have never happened. And I will fight them with everything that I have.
He says he is going to fight. But fight who exactly? His own party already executed him. There's nobody left to fight for him. Now, I am not here to tell you whether Eric Swalwell is guilty or innocent. I don't know. The Manhattan DA just opened an investigation. Let the facts come out. What I am here to tell you is that the speed of this demolition was not organic. This was a political operation. Look at the pattern. The rumors circulated on social media for weeks. The party told Swalwell privately to drop out. According to multiple accounts on X, he was warned. He refused. And then 27 days before the primary starts, the story breaks. And not from a MAGA outlet, from the San Francisco Chronicle and CNN, the party's own media. And within hours, every endorsement vanishes. Every union pulls out. Every ally turns their back. The fundraising page goes dark. Staff members resign. If you are a Democrat watching this, you need to understand something. They did not investigate this for months and reluctantly come to a conclusion. They flipped a switch. every single one of them on the same day with the same language calling for the same thing. That is not an organic response to an allegation. That is a coordinated takedown. And now a clip surfaces of what appears to be Swalwell with a woman described as an escort, posted by Martin Shkreli of all people. The hits just keep coming, and they are all coming from inside the house. So, why? Why would Democrats destroy their own frontrunner? Because Steve Hilton is winning. The latest polls have the Republican at 22%. Trump just endorsed him. And with 8 Democrats splitting the vote, 2 Republicans could lock Democrats out of the California general election entirely. The Democrats looked at the math and panicked. They needed to clear the field. Swalwell was told to step aside. He refused, and so they removed him the only way they know how. If this sounds familiar, it should. In 2016, the DNC rigged the primary against Bernie Sanders to hand the nomination to Hillary Clinton. The emails prove it. Donna Brazile admitted it. The party chose their candidate and crushed the one the voters wanted. And just last month in Texas, the party pushed Jasmine Crockett out of the Senate primary. Crockett was a kind of a rising star. She had, well, Kamala Harris endorsement. I don't know if that's a good thing. But she had the national profile. But the party decided she was not electable enough, and they backed James Tallarico instead. Crockett lost, and the party got the candidate they wanted all along. Well, that is so misogynistic and racist. But well, Bernie Sanders, Jasmine Crockett, Eric Swalwell, 3 different people, 3 different stakes, 3 different years, same playbook. If the party decides you are in the way, the party will find a way to move you. And look, there's a guy on X, Michael Tracy, who is not exactly a right-winger. He went through the Chronicle story line by line and pointed out every inconsistency. The accuser kept texting Swalwell for years after the alleged assaults. She applied to work on his campaign. She met up with him voluntarily. Tracy's argument is basically, does this story make sense? And maybe it does not, because maybe Swalwell is telling the truth. But it doesn't matter anymore, because his party already decided. They did not wait for an investigation. They did not wait for evidence. They saw a political problem and they solved it in 24 hours. And that is what should scare people, because the message is very clear. If you're a Democrat and you become inconvenient, they will find something. And even if it is not true, even if the facts do not add up, even if people on your own side are raising questions, the machine will bury you before you can fight back. Remember the contrast. When Tara Reid accused Joe Biden of sexual assault, the party rallied around Biden. They called her a liar. Nobody pulled endorsements. Nobody called for Biden to drop out because Biden was useful. Swalwell was not. That is the rule. It has always been the rule. It is not about believing women. It is not about accountability. It is about power. And when someone stands between the party and power, the party wins every single time. I wanted to share this with you because what happened to Eric Swalwell can happen to anyone who gets in the way of powerful people who have decided the outcome before the voters get a say. Share this video with your family and friends to make sure they know what's really going on. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Power Pundit. Much love and bliss.